This is absolutely insane. The Bitcoin price is right now pumping to the upside. It appears that the bearish rising wedge pattern breakdown was a fake out and the bulls are back. So the question now becomes, is it truly possible that the bottom is in, and could Bitcoin potentially be headed back up towards 60 to 65,000? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. So let's not waste any time and get right down to it. Well, flip my flapjacks and call me Franklin. The bulls have done it again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are subscribed to this channel, then you would know on yesterday's stream that we were covering this potential bearish breakdown here. We saw resistance not once, but twice at this very key horizontal level of historic confluence. We saw that happen. Then we saw on a micro level here on the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin break to a new local low. Bitcoin break this upward sloping trend line of a potentially bearish rising wedge pattern formation. Let's get this crypto. But right now the whales have stepped back in, and ladies and gentlemen, it appears now that this was nothing more than a mere fake out. And right now we have to reanalyze here. I told you guys that with everything going on inside this trend right now, things were starting to look very, very bearish here. And I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. Just take a look here. Peak, lower high, lower high, lower high. Right now, we are still on a lower high trajectory. It just is what it is. That hasn't changed yet. And until we really do start to see higher highs come in and lower highs finding support along the bottom, this trend is still definitively downward. You can't even argue that. And of course, if we take a look at the one-day Keltner channels indicator, which I've been showing you stream after stream after stream, has pinpoint accurately pointed out the areas of resistance on this whole downtrend. Right now, we are in the upper percentile of the band here, which could surely act as resistance, just as it has the past 3 times that it's entered the top portion of this band. And if we take a look at this indicator here on the weekly time frame, the CM Williams VIX Fix indicator on TradingView, I was pointing out several streams ago, if you are subscribed to this channel, that this indicator flashed a potential bottom signal for me. And at the time, it was that this indicator went from green back to gray, which if we just look very quickly, this has called some very accurate bottoms here for the Bitcoin price over the last several years. It just is what it is. It's happened. Of course, it doesn't have to happen again in the future, but it is what it is. Now, earlier in the week, this current candle right here was gray. All right. And I was pointing out that, folks, this could actually wind up being the bottom here for the Bitcoin price. But now it's turned green again. Now, why this is interesting to me is because if we wind up closing the week out green here, I think it could wind up being very similar to what we saw back here in 2021, where we just had a ton of chopping whipsaw type volatility for quite some time. I mean, this candle here went from May 10th all the way till we roughly did bottom at the end of July. Several months, folks. And notice what we saw here on this indicator. Green candle after green candle after green candle. It really wasn't until we saw it flip gray and saw this breakout candle that the bottom was actually in. So I was hoping from a bullish perspective that earlier this week, this was going to stay gray here. It has not now, and it's turned back to green. So it's highly possible, in my opinion, that we haven't bottomed here yet, and that we're just going to continue to consolidate sideways here, up, down, whipsaw chop, whipsaw chop, whipsaw chop, over and over again, just like we saw back here in 2021. And in case you're not understanding the magnitude of this chop, I mean, that was 37% to the upside, then followed by a minus 31% drop to the downside, all to go absolutely nowhere over a 2-month plus period of time. Let's get this crypto. I'm just trying to show you guys the possibilities here, because earlier this week I did make a video showing you that this indicator in particular showed that the bottom could be in. And I also showed in that same video that we also bounced off the bottom of the weekly Keltner channel band, which historically as well has picked some bottoms for the Bitcoin price. I'll just quickly circle some right here. You guys can see what I'm talking about, dating all the way back even into 2015. So yes, I am paying very close attention to this bounce here. Realistically, though, it's very hard right now considering that we've been in a multi-month bearish downtrend. We are still underneath this horizontal resistance on the daily time frame. As I pointed out earlier, we have still yet to create a new higher high. It's very, very difficult to be very bullish in this situation. It's not that the bottom can't be in and that we couldn't just be headed to the moon. It's just that from a trading perspective, from a probabilities perspective, it's really difficult to try and put all of your chips on a bullish bet when many of the factors of the market right now are still bearish. I hope that makes sense. And another metric that I think doesn't get talked about enough is the Google Trends data here, search term Bitcoin worldwide data past 5 years. I mean, just look, folks, we had our peak for this current cycle back in May of 2021 at an 80. And we've been in a downtrend ever since. And I mean, here in the past several weeks, I mean, we're dropping again, most recently from a 37 to a 26. And if we switch the search term over to crypto, you can see that it's a very similar looking chart. We peaked back in May. We've seen this slump drastically. It regained some steam for the second altcoin season. And now, folks, it's just declining and declining once more. And I know this is the point in the video where all of the Moon Boys come back in and say, well, Kirby, it's 2022. Nobody's searching for Bitcoin on Google anymore, Kirby. Everybody knows what Bitcoin and crypto is. You have to understand, Stunad, that there's more to it than that. We could flip this over here to YouTube search, and you're going to see a very similar trend where we are absolutely falling off of a cliff right now. If we go back to Bitcoin here on the YouTube searches, you can see that we peaked at the same time. We're just continuing to flounder around in here, right? It's just that we're not seeing that type of irrational FOMO that we did back in mid-2021. I'm not saying that this has to be the end-all, be-all. I'm just stating that in a serious bull market, we'd like to see an upward sloping angle on this indicator, right? On the search term volume, right? We'd like to see this upward sloping, not sloping downward or stalling out like we're seeing right here. That's at least my opinion. You're entitled to your own. And don't forget about these CME futures gaps, folks. I showed this several streams ago. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all so you don't miss any more of these important updates. But I pointed out that we had a gap here at roughly 32.9K. Whoopsies! It filled as expected. Right? We still have a gap here at 24.5K and another gap at 18.2K. There are also other gaps lower down in the trend, but they're too low to even discuss at this point, in my opinion. So right now, if this downtrend is to still continue here, right, it's totally and entirely possible, in my opinion, that the next target zone for the whales who are pushing this market downward currently would be this gap fill at 24.5K. And if it hits that, in my opinion, the probability drastically increases for a potential hit of the 18.2K gap fill. Let's get this crypto. So right now, folks, was I wrong, right? That's what I put in the thumbnail because I told you guys that I was speculating short. And I've recently been crushing this market to the downside, crushing it like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. But, you know, this pump right here, ladies and gentlemen, I exited, right? Got out of my current speculative short, and I'm moving on to the next one. Sometimes you have to take it on the chin, ladies and gentlemen. Just a small loss compared to a possibly large gain, right? Risk-reward ratio is huge in trading. So when I set up my trade setup ideas, the risk that I take on is small compared to the amount of possible reward if the trade rolls in my favor. So right now, all right, on to the next one. The key area in this trend that I'm going to be watching right now is the 42K level. It's the top of my red box here, and it also is very, very close to putting in a new local high that we would need to see this break this downward sloping lower high trajectory. So this whole range here, basically from 42,000 to 45,000, this is the area that I'm going to be watching around the clock like a hawk with an eagle eye as I plot my next trade setup idea to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. All right. If you're not already in my VIP, that's where I keep you updated with all of my real-time trade setup ideas, entry ideas, potential take profit ideas, everything just like that in absolute real time as the dawn looks to potentially strike gold again. So if you're not already in my VIP, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. So my final thoughts here are that it's too early to say that this is definitively the bottom. And as I pointed out here on one of the main indicators that I've been following for a potential bottom to come in, just because it's been so uncanny in terms of accuracy over the past several years. This turned green again, right? It turned green again. Not what I'm looking for. I wanted to see this turn gray and then continue to rock it. Right now, I am expecting more potential whipsaw volatility here. Many are probably going to get chewed up and spat back out here by the whales inside this range. As they probably will continue to dominate this here with trading bots, whipsaw volatility, things of that nature. And I'm personally going to strategize to outperform them to the best of my ability, right? There are no certainties or guarantees in trading. Anything can happen. But right now, this is what I'm seeing in the market, and this is what I'm strategizing to play against. On a macro level, there are certainly several signs pointing out that this could wind up being a longer term bottom here, but on a micro level, we are still in bearish control until proven otherwise, in my opinion. So right now, I'm remaining very cautious here, folks, right? What I'm waiting for is what I perceive to be a high reward, low risk play where I can look to re-enter this market and potentially crush it, whether that's up or down. I don't care. Right now, you're going to continuously see many get wrecked over and over and over again, right? Cutting losses when they need to be cut is very important, right? Taking profits when profits need to be taken is very important. You need to have a plan for yourself. Whichever way the market breaks, up or down, you need to have a plan, because if you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. And let me say that one more time for the Moon Boys in the back. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. And the Dawn does not plan to fail. In fact, the Dawn plans to succeed. Now, folks, I said this yesterday, and if you're an old-time subscriber, you will know what I'm talking about. I've been in this market for a very, very long time, probably before many of you even heard the word Bitcoin for the first time. That's just a fact. And I've played this market up and down. I've lived through it all. I've been up the mountain. I've been down the mountain. And quite frankly, I've also been everywhere in between. And I have wined and dined with kings and queens. And I have slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The Don prefers the wine and queens every single time. Ha ha ha! So as these moon boys and degenerates continue to live a life of peril and squalor, the Don will continue to grind for every Satoshi and dollar. Let's get this crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not already in my VIP, I highly, highly encourage you to see what it's all about. I will be posting all of my real-time strategy ideas, trade setup ideas, entry ideas, potential take profit ideas, everything just like that, exclusively in VIP as the Dawn looks to potentially strike gold again. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are not already in my VIP, what are you waiting for? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Don't miss my next important VIP trade setup idea and alert. Let's go. And on that note, folks, if you enjoyed here today, make sure you leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for that thumbs up. And if you're brand new, welcome to the most must-see and most realistic Bitcoin analysis show on YouTube, period. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all so you don't miss any more of these important Bitcoin updates. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, folks, I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Don't miss this next one. Sheesh. And until next time, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs. Oh, and before I forget, don't fall for any of the fake Kirby accounts posting down in the comment section. They create fake accounts with a nearly identical username and logo to mine, then they reply to your comments with phone numbers and email addresses trying to get you to contact them. You can see several examples on your screen right now. Do not contact these people. So here's how you can verify that it's my actual real account. It's very simple. When you're watching a video on my channel, my real account will always have a gray nameplate behind my name. I also have a verified checkmark from YouTube. And just to make it even more obvious that it's me, I always leave a creator heart on my comments. Only the channel owner can leave a creator heart. So if you see the heart plus the gray background and the verified checkmark, you know that it's me. If you don't see those things, then it's obviously a fake account. It's as simple as that. They're also creating fake accounts over on Telegram now. So if you are ready to become a VIP, do not go on Telegram and search Crypto Kirby or Crypto Kirby VIP. You're going to find all fake results. My group is private. When you search that in the search bar, you're getting public results. They're all fake. They're all imposters. So if you're ready to join VIP, the only way to do so is to click the link either in the pinned comment or in the description of my video. If you search for Crypto Kirby or Crypto Kirby VIP anywhere else, you're going to be getting in contact with a fake. Only use the links in either the pinned comment or the description of my official video. Stay safe and stay smart, my friends. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto.
The material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments, nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto Kirby is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. Crypto Kirby is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. Crypto Kirby may have an interest in securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. Crypto Kirby accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. Crypto Kirby recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.